NBA free agency has started. Got to get yourself some players. Blazers trade with the Celtics, get Enes Kanter back in Portland. Three-way deal that also includes the Grizzlies. Memphis gets Mario Hezonja and the 30th pick from the draft the other night, Desmond Bane. So he's got a future Grizz draft pick, Kanter. Key late ad in Portland 2019 when they went to the Western Conference Finals. The draft not involved here. The Heat keep their own. Point guard Goran Dragic signs a 2-year deal. He's 34, going to have his 7th season in Miami. Averaged 16 points while playing off the bench during the regular season a year ago. Helped drive Miami to the NBA Finals before suffering a foot injury. To keep Miles Leonard around as well. De'Aaron Fox staying in Sacramento. He agreed to a 5-year max extension worth at least $163 million. Fox was one of 5 players to average 25 points on 50% shooting in the bubble. My guess is, Mike, Kentucky's Alumni Association is going to reach out to him. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, whoa, you sitting right here. Danilo Gallinari signing a 3-year, $61.5 million contract to join the Hawks. Going to leave OKC. Gallinari made 148 catch and shoot three-pointers last season. That was 6th best in the league. And then this one just breaking, 6th man of the year. Of course, he's a Clipper. Montrez Harrel agrees to a 2-year deal with the Lakers. Going across town. He's playing in the same building, actually. Harrell averaged 14.8 points per game last season, which was the 4th most in the league, behind only Giannis, Zion, and Russell Westbrook. There are plenty of other players on the move. Dwight Howard has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Sixers. He just keeps bouncing around the league. Mason Plumlee headed to the Pistons, 3-year deal. Derek Favors, he's going back to Utah. After some players staying put, Jordan Clarkson, Mizzou, agreed to a 4-year deal worth $52 million to stay with the Jazz. Rodney Hood staying put in Portland. That's also a 2-year deal. And Joe Harris is back with the Nets, and he's hooked up on his contract for 4 years. All right, Woj is here, scheduled for 3 minutes and 45 seconds, which would be the longest you've stayed off your phone in how long? Like 4 days?
Yeah, about that.
We'll see if that holds. Let's start with Danilo Gallinari finalizing his agreement with the Hawks, okay? Does that impact, or how does it, with where Gordon Hayward's going to land?
Well, it's certainly a team off the board for Gordon Hayward. They did have interest in him. Gallinari is a great pickup for the Hawks. That's a young team, a really good young core led by Trae Young. They want to get closer to the playoffs. And Gallinari, coming off a very good year in Oklahoma City, is there. And you're seeing teams like that. Some of these younger teams with cap space going out and trying to improve themselves. Detroit has made a series of moves too tonight.
Does OKC even have any players left? I mean, they keep flipping guys leaving free. I mean, they have all those picks, but they don't have them all here in the next day and a half. Free agency tonight, because we got all these things came in the last 3 hours. How busy is it? Where's the buzz tonight?
Well, you're seeing a lot of deals. This is a depressed marketplace. You've got ownership that and who don't have fans. You're seeing, I think, a lot of agents taking offers that are there on the table, but you're seeing a great premium on shooting. Joe Harris, 4 years, $75 million to return with Kyrie, KD. Davis Bertans in Washington, solidifying his role next to Bradley Beal. 5 years, $80 million. And obviously Gallinari, 61. There's a premium on shooting right now, and you see it with those players.
See folks getting picked here and here. Is there anybody, is there a Jenga piece? Is there a domino here they're waiting for fall that might change a bunch of stuff? Because from the depressed market, it doesn't sound like maybe they're that guy, but what do we see?
Yeah, this is not going to be a free agency where you're going to see a lot of impact players changing teams. It's Christian Wood going to Houston, just reported 3 years, $41 million from Chicago, or from Detroit, excuse me. Montrez Harrell going to the Lakers, 2 years, $19 million. So he goes from the Clippers to the Lakers when Dwight Howard left for Philly. And now Anthony Davis with the Lakers, who's going to take some time deciding the kind of deal he's going to do, the length of the deal. He can do a 2+1 that would align him with LeBron James contractually. He may not decide until at least after Thanksgiving.
So AD certainly out there. That's the one everybody is watching, although they don't expect him really to move.
He's not going anywhere.
And then real quick, with the Nets, because the James Harden thing's floating out there, I don't know that necessarily they've talked about it, but everybody else has. As they do things, we watch, you mentioned Joe Harris gets signed. Landry Shamet gets traded for. Do we know that they're stockpiling other pieces, or is this just like, no, these are guys on our team?
Yeah, they talked early, over a week ago with Houston. Not very substantive talks. Houston's not shown a desire right now to really want to move quickly on James Harden. Joe Harris was the offseason priority for Sean Marks in Brooklyn. He gets that $75 million deal. They bring Landry Shamet in, and we'll see. There's still more moves to be made in Brooklyn, but they're focused now on just having those complimentary guys around KD and Kyrie, and Harris was at the top of the list to keep him.
Really, because they get their big free agent addition from last year, this year, when Kevin Durant
and the big player's
back.
still out there. Gordon Hayward, he's still talking. He's an unrestricted free agent. He's somebody who can certainly move the needle around the league when he makes his decision.
That's Woj here on this Sports Center. Obviously, we'll get him his own ESPN network, and you can watch him days and days and days until the season starts. Thanks, Woj.
Say, John.